Wait. Friends, are you able to hear me now? Friends, are you able to hear me now? good evening everyone. Good evening Swapna, Ashwati, Lavanya. Good evening everyone. We'll start off in a minute. Let others also join in. All right, friends. Good evening, Anima. So, friends, this week we are doing, as I had done in the previous session, friends, I'll just share the page. Whole content of the SCMPE success series will be available on my platform class.tarunjagdish.com. Okay. So now last class we had done a YouTube live. Now every day you have to go on YouTube and search it might be difficult, but here you have everything in an organized manner and it's absolutely free. You just have to register over here. I'll just show you where the content is available. Just give me a minute. Now, if you install this, come and register here every day within 24 hours, I will add you to the batch. So within 24 hours, you will be able to see all the free content that is available. So now last class, when I did SCMPE success series, we had planned, I had given you a plan about how you can score maximum marks in the exam. In that, one of the top listed chapter was lean systems. Today, I will be starting with lean system. I'll just play that video and show you. It's already available in videos in my app also. So you can view it there. You will get it in the same order. Leading school management is in the heart of, I'm just muting this and I'll just show you. In the end, we had made a plan. Yes. So first and the most important chapter coming over here is what? Lean systems. Second one is what? Strategic analysis. Then you have modern business environment. Then you have cost management techniques. So I will be going in the same order so that in minimum time, we all can score maximum marks. So today's class is going to be on lean system. I will take 1 hour session on lean system, which will be like a revision point for you. After attending my class, you can just go back, study lean system on your own, and in the next 1 week's time, complete off lean system. Like that, weekly, we will cover one particular topic so that by the time the examination comes on a consistent basis, we can cover the entire chapter. I hope you are clear with that part, friends. So now what I will do is I will go to the chapter of lean system. This is the theory that I'll be covering for you. So friends, even before I start showing you this theory, I will upload this theory in the app. So you all can view the classes as and when you require. All right. So I'll just come here. I will close this video. Here, if you click on study material, I will add a new file here. Lean systems. So all of you who are having this app, for you, you will be able to view the PPT directly. All right. One moment. I think it is getting uploaded. Let's wait for a minute. Let that come. In the meantime, I'll open this and we can start off with our class. It's taking some time, friends. Let it get uploaded. Okay. In the meanwhile, we'll start off with today's session. So I'll also open my OneNote so that I can. Good evening, Shilpa, Veena, Prabhahar. Good evening, all of you. SCMP second session today. Okay, or I'll write down the heading of this as lean systems. Okay. So friends, I'll not give you much writing time here. We will be quickly discussing the concepts and moving forward. But anyways, the videos are available for you. You can view it whenever you want. The notes also, I will share it with you, okay, in the app itself, so that you can view all the things in one particular point. Now let us start with this chapter of lean system. Friends, the main purpose of this chapter of lean system is that you are trying to reduce your waste. Can you give me a few examples for waste? Normally, whenever I use the word waste, what comes in your mind is only production loss, or you must be having some other terminologies for this like wastage, scrap, etc. But friends, when you go through this chapter, you will understand that material is not the only place where you actually end up having wastage. You have wastage in many other places also. For example, unnecessary movement. I will give you an example and explain this to you. Another one can be unnecessary waiting. All these are also examples of wastage. Idle time. Okay, I can give you a very simple example. Suppose there is a factory. Okay, I'll give you an example of unnecessary movement here. Suppose there is a factory. In this factory, there are 5 machines: A, B, C, D, and E. And let us assume these machines are kept in a straight order. And there is one fellow who is supervising all these machines. So what will he have to do, friends? First to go to machine A, then go to machine B, then machine C, then machine D, machine E. The moment he reaches machine E, something goes wrong with machine A, is run and come back over here. It becomes a very huge task. This is a classic example of unnecessary movement. The best solution for this that the book gives is you can arrange the machineries like this: A, B, C, D, and E. Put the supervisor in between. By standing in one place, he can monitor 5. By doing so, we can reduce unnecessary movements. And if you reduce unnecessary movements, automatically what will happen? You will reduce unnecessary mistakes and you will reduce unnecessary fatigue. Are you all clear with this part, friends? All right, I'll give you 1 minute. Just quickly scribble down. Then we go to the next part. Next part. Next part. Or else you can write it down later also. Okay, I'm just showing you this. Fine. So unnecessary movement has to be reduced. Unnecessary waiting time has to be reduced. Unnecessary transportation also has to be reduced. I can give you an example of unnecessary transportation now. Unnecessary transportation. Let us assume we are talking about a mobile showroom. It is located in, let us say, it's located in Bangalore. Let us say it's located in Bangalore, somewhere in Majestic. All right. And let us say they have a centralized service center that is coming in, let us say, Kengeri, little far away or maybe very much far away from Majestic. I'm not very sure how distant it is. Now, one customer comes over here in the morning, gives his mobile. Okay. What this fellow will do? Send the mobile to the service center. Afternoon, one other fellow comes. Send the mobile. He will again send it over here. Now, service center, first mobile phone repaired, gave it back, give it back. Second mobile center given, again give it back, give it back. If you do this, you are having unnecessary transport. So what is the better solution for this is, you have a service center, you have a mobile showroom, Mr. A gives in the morning, B gives in the afternoon, collect both the mobiles, send it in one shot to the service center, bring it back in one shot from the service center. A very simple point in which you can conclude the unnecessary transportation. Can you quickly write down this also, friends? Anima, is this class useful for someone studying SCMPE for the first time? Yes, Anima, it is going to be 1 hour of concept revision here. All right. I'm going to take as if you are attending the class for the first time. But after this, you are supposed to take some extra efforts to cover the entire thing. All right. Somebody who's attended the class, it will be much easier for them. But attending for the first time, it will be a little tricky, but it is always understandable. Okay. And if you're doing for the first time, Anima, just message me. I will add you to a batch in my class. I'll just show you that batch. There is a thing called an SCMPE concept revision batch. I'll add you there. You will get the entire concepts in 16-17 hours. Attend that class, and then if you sit for this one, you will find it even more easier. I think the site has got a little stuck. So I think I'll show you this a little later on. That's why maybe that is also not getting uploaded. It will happen in just 1 or 2 minutes of time. All right. So Anima, you can do it that way also. Fine, friends. Just quickly write down this. Yes, all the batches have come now. See, there is a batch over here called as SCMPE refresher course. So once you add here, you click on live classes over here. You have all the videos available. Slide is slightly slow now. Okay. Here if you see, you are having around 5 or 7 videos, but that covers entire concepts of all the chapters. Okay, anyone? All right. So friends, quickly write down this. Yes. I'll now go to the next part. So we are done with unnecessary transport. Now let us see over here the overview of this chapter. First part of this chapter is they are trying to tell you what are the 7 types of waste. After this, they will tell you how to clear this waste. So the waste can be cleared either using just in time. I'll use a laser point pen. It can be done using the just in time or using casein, using 5S, using TPM, cellular manufacturing, Six Sigma. Under Six Sigma, you are having DMIC, DMADV, process innovation, and business process reengineering. These are the overview. So if you actually want to recall this chapter, you just have to take this overview and recall what is JIT, what is casein, what is 5S. You can recall the entire theory from this one chart. Read through it. All right, I will now go to the next part. All right, 7 types of waste. In that, the first waste is transportation. We already spoke about transportation. Second waste is inventory. Too much of stock, too less of stock. Both are wastage. Unnecessary waiting. Overproduction. You simply do overproduction. Only 100 units are required. You produce 120 units. Overproduction. Defects. You produce 100, 10 become defective. Over processing. What do you mean by over processing, friends? You are supposed to, let us say, cook a burger. You heat a burger for 1 minute, it will be fine. You heat the burger for 3 minutes, you will get burnt burger. That is called as over processing. Unnecessary movement. These are the 7 types of waste. Please write down this, friends. Just give me one moment, friends. I will just get some water and come back. In the meanwhile, hold on. Please just write down this in your books. I'll come in 1 minute just after filling some water. I'm back, friends. All right, friends. I believe you're all clear with this part. Can I go to the next one now? All right. Now, these are the principles of lean system, friends. Okay. The first principle is perfect first time quality. If you are producing certain things, produce it the first time only at the best possible way. Don't have any wastage, no unnecessary idle time, no unnecessary defects, no over processing, nothing. Waste minimization. That is the second point told over here. Continuous improvement, flexibility. These are the four principles of lean system. All these might come as a theory question, friends. And what are the characteristics of lean manufacturing? Zero waiting time. You get the product, you produce. Zero inventory. Buy, produce, sell. Don't keep opening stock, closing stock. Closing stock is a huge amount of wastage that should not happen. Pull processing. You should be a pull processor. I'll explain to you what is pull processing later. Continuous flow of production. The production should be absolutely continuous. I will now tell you the logic of the word pull processing. Friends, there are two types of processing. One is called as push processing and the other one is called as pull processing. An example of push processing is footwear industry. What they do is there will be a factory. Factory will produce maximum footwear or even diamond industry, okay? And they will push the whole thing to the wholesaler. They will tell, "Arey yaar, somehow you sell this, somehow you sell in the market, and once you sell, you give me the money." So there will be huge credit period in this. Wholesaler will push to the retailer. He will tell, "You somehow sell this. Once you sell, you pay me money," and he will finally sell to the customer. So here, what is happening? The sale they first produce, then they decide, somehow to sell and finish it off. And if they don't sell it, their life will become miserable. I hope you're clear with this part, friends. But under pull processing, the best example of pull processing is Amazon or Flipkart. Here what happens is, first customer will come and place an order. He will place order. Only based on the order, what will happen? The manufacturer will produce. So here what happens? It is pulled by the customer. He comes and tells, "I want a particular thing." Only then efforts are taken to produce and sell the whole thing. That is what you call it as pull processing. Whereas if you produce it, then you try to sell, it is called as push processing. Now tell me, my dear friends, which is better, pull processing or push processing? Pull processing is better because that way you get whole real value addition products. Push, you are somehow trying to sell it and you will end up making losses. 1 minute, can you quickly write down this? All right, friends, write down this. Pull processing. All right. So I believe you're done. Yes, Zomato is another example of pull processing. So these are the characteristics of lean system: zero waiting time, zero inventory, pull processing, and continuous flow of production. Everybody clear with this part? Now we go to a beautiful concept called as just in time, or we call it as JIT. To explain this, I'll take two people from this class. I will take Anima and I will take Veena. Let us assume Anima is selling a particular fruit juice. Anima, which is your favorite fruit juice? Let us assume for time being that she is a huge fan of mango juice. So she is manufacturing and selling mango juice to the customer. Veena is a second person who is actually selling mangoes. Now friends, when Anima is selling mango juice, she has to keep mango stock with her, correct? She can either keep high level of stock or she can keep low level of stock. What will happen if she keeps high level of stock? The advantage will be, okay, there will be no stock out. If anybody comes and tells, I want mango juice, Anima will say, yes, I have the mangoes available, I will give you a mango juice. But what is the drawback of high stock? She will have high interest cost, that is carrying cost, and she will have high storage cost, that is also nothing but a carrying cost, and there is a high chance of obsolescence. Friends, what do you mean by obsolescence? The mangoes may absolutely get spoiled. Whereas if Anima keeps low level of stock, what will happen? There are chances of stock out, but she will end up paying lower interest, she will end up paying low storage cost, and she will have a low chance of obsolescence. Now, friends, instead of entering into a high stock or low stock, Anima enters into JIT. What do you mean by JIT? Just in time. She will keep zero stock. And as and when a customer will come and the customer will say, I want a mango juice, at that point Anima will say, okay sir, she will run to Veena's shop, take two mangoes, come here, convert into juice and sell it to the customer just in time. So she will buy it just in time to fulfill the demand. All right. Now tell me, is that a good method or a bad method? That JIT method over here is a very, very risky method. All right. But it can be done only by those people who have a very high quality products which they are selling, and they should have a very strong system running in their company. Only then they can be entitled to something like JIT. Are you all clear with this? 1 minute, copy down this in your books. All right, friends. Now I'll give you a classic example of a person who has entered into JIT, and they are no one but Tata Steel. Okay, friends, normally if I talk about Tata Steel or any company, all right, what they will have is they basically have four departments. Department number one is called as store. What do you do in store? You will store all the raw materials. The second department, what they have is production. Third department, what they have is inspection. And the fourth department is dispatch. So what happens? They will keep the steel in store. From there, the raw material for steel in store. Then they will take it to the production department, convert, and then sell. Inspection department will check the quality, and only good quality goods will be dispatched. And here you will have a supplier. All right. Now, what Tata Steel did is, friends, they brought in a new system of EDI. What is the full form of EDI? Electronic Data Interchange, in which the supplier ERP was linked to Tata Steel ERP. After doing this, Tata Steel took a very, very bold move, friends. It eliminated the store, it eliminated the inspection department. Now, what Tata Steel does is it uses the supplier factory as a store, and the EDI is linked in such a way that the moment stock comes down over here, computer will automatically give an order, automatically supplier will sell the steel, and the production and everything will take place. A beautiful structure. By doing so, they saved full money on store, full money on inspection, and that is how, by managing your business really well, Tata Steel is actually making very, very good profits. All right, can you write down this in your books now? All right, friends. Can I go to the next part now? So that is about JIT. Friends, JIT does not only mean the material, it means everything. Supplier delivers the raw material at time. So from here, supplies on time. First one, supplies on time. First part, straight delivery to the production floor. The production delivery will directly go where? Production floor. Why? Because now store is not there. Am I right? Engineer visit to site to supplier. Friends, what they do is this fellow will be Tata engineer. He will be visiting the supplier and he will ensure that Tata is selling good quality products. So now what will happen? Inspection also not required because already inspection is directly happening where? In the supplier factory. Everybody clear with that part? EDI, what's the full form of EDI? Electronic data interchange, tells the supplier exactly how much is required, shortening the setup point time. So here what did they do? He also shortened its setup time. So machinery starting etc. became very fast. Are you all clear with this part now, friends? I go to the next one. The next one thing is called as Kanban card and working cells. I will explain the logic of these two things now. Let us start with Kanban cards. Friends, in order to understand Kanban card, let us take any food item which is having one finished good but two raw materials. Shall we talk about chicken biryani? Now tell me, in order to make one chicken biryani, you mainly need two things. What are the two things that you need? You need rice and you need chicken. Let us say you need 200 grams of rice and let us say you need one leg piece of chicken. All right. Now in this factory, let us say there are three machines are there. All right. Here you make CV. In machine 1, you make rice. In machine 2, you make chicken. Now from here, the customer will place an order for 10 chicken biryani. Now everyone tell me, the moment customer gives an order for 10 chicken biryani, what will this fellow do? He will place an order for rice. One chicken biryani, how many rice? 200 gram. So 10 chicken biryani means how many grams of rice will come over here? 2000 gram. And he will tell him make 10 leg piece of chicken. So here it is actually an example of pull request. Pull, what is the form? Pull model. It is called as pull model. Why it is called as pull model is because customer demands based on that correctly they will produce. Otherwise what will happen? I might be able to produce 5000 grams of rice, but is 5000 grams required? No. Only how much is required? Only less amount is required. So this information is passed with the help of a card, and this card is what we call it as Kanban cards. I'll give you 1 minute, write down this in your books. All right, friends, can I go to the next part now? I believe you're all done. Okay. Now, this is about Kanban card. The next thing is called as working cell. What they exactly do in working cell is, now they have to make chicken biryani, correct? So there are three cooking bags. Cooking as first one chicken biryani, second one is rice, and the third one is chicken. Earlier case, we had one manager for chicken biryani, one manager for chicken, and one manager for rice. Under this process, what they will do, they will keep one manager for all the three together. So this cluster of machines together, of machines used for a similar task. So here the similar task is what? Chicken biryani. Such a cluster is what we call it as working cells. Alright, can you write down this now? Friends, this logic and all is not available in your books. So once you attend this class, you should be clear on the logic. Then problem solving will become very, very easy. In the end, I will tell you the important questions that you have to work out from home. Okay. So once you have a clear-cut study plan, you can study like that and score maximum in the upcoming exam. Fine, friends. I believe you are done with this part. I'm going to the next one now. So we are clear with what is Kanban card, small cluster of machine run by a single operator. Kanban cards are the card which send notification to all the machines feeding its parts. Chicken is one part, rice is another part. Okay. By doing so, your inventory will never build up. That's the same chicken biryani example I have given you here, friends. I'll go to the next part now. These are the 5 features of JIT now. Material handling cost will come down. Why? Because you're ordering just in time and selling it. Labor time reduced. Defects also reduced because now you have a strong system. Suppliers checking from the, the inspection is done in the supplier factory. Response to the customer becomes faster. By doing so, you will end up getting all the benefits. But what are the prerequisites for JIT? Vendor should be reliable. If the vendor is not reliable, JIT can become damaging. For example, in the first case, Anima is selling what? Anima is selling mango juice. Who is selling mango juice to Anima? Veena is selling mango juice to Anima. Now customer comes and says, "Sir, I want mango juice." Anima will run to Veena's shop. The moment she goes, she realizes that Veena has become tired of running the shop and she has taken a half day leave, shut down her shop and she has gone. Now there are no mangoes. Now what will Anima do? It becomes a situation of stock out. So Veena should be reliable. Only if Veena is reliable, Anima can work on JIT. If Veena becomes unreliable, Anima will also become damaged. Tata Steel case, supplier should be reliable. If the supplier doesn't supply on time, Tata Steel will become in deep trouble. I hope you are clear with the concept now, friends. Vendor should be reliable, good communication. That is why we have installed EDI, electronic data interchange, proper communication between the company and the supplier, stable demand. The demand should not fluctuate too much. Suppose suddenly you have 1000 units demand and the supplier cannot supply so much. He will tell, I have got the information, I am reliable, but suddenly if you ask me for 1000, it is not possible. If you have a stable demand, let me know. I will be there to support you. TQM, total quality management, should be there. We will learn that in chapter number 3. Low variety of goods. Rather than having too many varieties, have low variety of goods. Only then you can go for JIT. Impact, waste comes down, overhead comes down, product cost can also come down. I'll give you a minute. Please go through it. All right, next one. So once you are done with JIT, they are the things that is different in JIT. Machine utilization. Under the traditional system, always they will keep on telling, use the machine maximum, utilize the machine maximum. But right now under JIT, they will tell, don't simply utilize machine maximum. Let there be some stock. It is absolutely fine. Some stock is required. Under traditional, they used to say, piece rate tracking. Let the labor produce maximum, only then labor cost will come down. But now they say Don't simply produce too much, it will become a loss for you. Efficiency. Normally we check the efficiency, labor should produce fast. JIT says let them produce slow, but produce only what is exactly required. Can you read through these parts now, friends? All right, I'll go to the next part now. Next thing that we have to learn is called as back flushing. Normally, friends, if you are talking about production units, the formula is going to be opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock. Or in other words, can I say opening plus product, sorry, 1 minute. No, I think I made a small mistake here. Purchase wouldn't come over here, friends. Sorry, I'll take a fresh page. Ideally, the equation goes like this. Opening stock of finished goods plus production of finished goods minus sales will be equal to closing stock. So let us assume the opening stock is 10, production is 100, 110 minus sale is 80. So you get the closing stock as how much over here, friends? You get the closing stock as 30. Are you all clear so far? Good evening, Durga Prasad. Yes, Durga Prasad, we'll have revision on every chapter on YouTube every week. We'll have in this month and in the next month. March month, since I'm traveling for my face-to-face classes, I might not be available. Again, April I will be available. But whatever be, we'll complete every revision by April 10th. Okay. So after suppose whatever is pending, April will have 1 hour daily and we'll complete off with the YouTube live. Alright, friends. So now 10 plus 100 minus 80 will give you the answer as how much? 30. Now practically, friends, what happens is this data we can always derive from previous closing stock. This closing stock, normally they take a physical stock and they will be able to cross check. Sale data will be available with the sales team. Normally production data is prepared by production team. But friends, this data preparation is very, very expensive. Because for production, somebody has to sit and count how many units has been produced. So instead, what you can do is, instead of going in this manner, what they can do is, they can use a new equation. They can use an equation that opening stock, hold on, let me put it the other way. Closing stock, whatever is the closing stock, plus sales minus opening stock would be equal to what? Would be equal to production. So this is available, this is available, and this is available. From this, you can back flush and find out how much would be your production data. This process is what we call it as back flushing. Now, by doing so, what is the advantage that you get? You save a lot of time, you save a lot of money, but you should ensure there is a risk of mistakes happening here because sometimes the data might not exactly tally. Alright, friends, this process is called as back flushing. Yes, Durga Prasad, I do remember you. Hope you are doing good. 1 minute, please write down this, friends. Then I go to the next concept. All right. So we are done with the concept of back flushing also. Now, friends, JIT done by Mahindra and Mahindra. Friends, Mahindra had a plan in Nasik. They wanted to reduce inventory. What they did was they wanted to implement JIT. They identified 25 JIT parts and they implemented JIT for these 25 parts, 400 vendors, 150 vehicles and 1100 parts. They planned it in such a way that the entire setup time came down and they started making a lot of profit. This is a case study given in your books. It might not directly come in the exam, but if they ask you a question on JIT after writing theory, it will always be very good if you give the case studies also. That will help you to score extra marks in the examination. All right, friends, just read through this now. All right, friends, I'm going to the next part now. Casein costing. Friends, what do you mean by casein costing? Casein costing is one of the techniques which I feel is used by Bruce Lee. Have you heard of this great personality? What exactly Bruce Lee does? He is a martial artist. He has learned around 4 or 5 forms of different martial arts, and he has become one of the most fastest martial artists the world has ever seen. Do you know? Normally, when you do an action movie, to make the action look better, they used to increase the speed of the fight. What Bruce Lee's case they used to do was they used to slower the speed. Why? Because he was so quick that even the camera couldn't capture Bruce Lee's stunts. What Bruce Lee said was he believed that life is not like a mountain. Life is not like a mountain. It is like a plateau. Now, what is the difference between a mountain and a plateau? Mountain, it has a peak, then it comes down. Correct? Plateau keeps on going like this. So he said, for me, my biggest competitor is me myself. If I'm having X speed today, I repeat the same thing every day. After a few days, my speed will slightly go up. Again, if I repeat that at the same day, next day it will again go up. Like that, there is absolutely no limit. Continuously, I can keep on improving myself, and that is how I have become one of the fastest martial artists that the world has ever seen. Same way, Kaizen basically means continuous improvement. Every single day, slowly and steadily, you keep on improving yourself, and you will be reaching a better position. In fact, one of the water companies, I don't remember the name of the company, we'll call it as Aquafina. Have you heard of Aquafina? They started doing some research, and they found out that the company is having on an average 14% wastage every year. All right, so if they are trying to filter water or do whatever, overall wastage was turning out to be how much? 14%. Then they conducted weekly training programs. They kept so many training programs that after a long span of time with consistent training, this came down to 12% wastage. Friends, 2% wastage that they saved over here in monetary terms was approximately $75,000. Not only this, what also came out of this was they could save the environment and do much better to the environment also. This is a classic example of Kaizen, continuous improvement. I'll give you a minute, write down, then we go to the next part. Let's go to the next one now. So they have given an example of a case study. MIL, they are selling car, 22% market share they have in the Indian market. All right. They were using standard costing. So now they are saying don't go for standard costing. Instead, you are supposed to go for Kaizen costing. So you should have a continuous improvement in the entire process. Everybody clear with this part? Now, Kappa. This was the case study I told you. Yes, I think the numbers are slightly different. Raw material waste was 14.6. After a lot of effort, they did regular training programs. It came down to 13.1. Savings of 1,10,000 euros, not dollars. 1,10,000 euros, friends. A huge savings they have made over here. Okay, just read through this case study now. All right, friends. So I believe you are done with this part. Okay. Next thing that you have to learn is called as total productive maintenance, or I'll call it as TPM, total productive maintenance. There is a case study in your books based on which we can do TPM. This is basically for a particular factory. Okay, this factory was running at 100% capacity. Every day, 24 hours, this factory is working. Now, what happens is, once this factory was working at 100% capacity, one day they had a breakdown. The moment they had breakdown, the schedule, normal production schedule, went ahead by 14 days and they made huge and huge losses. So what TPM says is that you should maintain your machineries properly on a regular basis. Is everybody clear with this part? Now for doing so, they are having around 8 pillars of maintenance. First one is called as autonomous maintenance. Regularly clean your machines and keep it intact. Focused improvement. Regularly clean it, keep it and make the machine better. Casein, etc. can be used. Planned maintenance. That is, you do proper planning so that you can have zero breakdown. Early management. Again, using some techniques so that you can clean the machine in a much more easier manner. Friends, for example, many TV stands, I think I'll just show you that. I think it's there on Google. TV stand these days. Yes, something like this. Friends, this is an example of early management. What you're doing is here, normally we never clean behind the TV. Am I right? Why? Because it's already closed. It's very difficult to go behind and clean it. But if you come here and if you see a thing like this, I think my net is slightly slow today. Okay, we have decent speed. Okay, this one. So if you see over here, this particular thing, once you keep it, you can move the TV forward and backward. The moment you can move the TV forward, you can put your hands behind and you can clean the backside. So that is an example of what? Planned or early management. All right. The next one, what you have over here is called as quality maintenance. Good quality products has to be produced. For that, your machine should work at the best capacity. Education and training. Provide them proper education, proper training. Office TPM. As you are all article students, I don't need to teach you office TPM. I presume you are all well organized. I presume you are all complete your works in the evening. Keep all the files, all the papers back in the file neatly. File it properly in the cupboard. Am I right, my dear friends? I hope you do all that. My articles don't do that. Okay, let's put the sad things apart. Next one is safety. Workers has to be absolutely safe. Zero accident. There should be zero health damage also. Everybody clear with this part? That is the 8 pillars. Next, you have a concept called as OEE. Overall Equipment Effectiveness. This is a problem driven area and in exam you will get many questions from this. They are easy plus scoring area. Alright. I'll first give you the formula. OEE can be multiplied as P into A into Q. Keep in your mind PAC. Everyone repeat the word PAC. P stands for performance. A stands for availability and Q stands for quality. Or the formula for performance ratio is standard hours divided by actual hours. Availability, the formula is hours worked or actual hours only. That's the same thing. Actual hours worked divided by hours which are available. Quality ratio, the formula is the number of good units produced divided by total units. If I multiply all these three, I get the OEE. I will give you a simple example to explain this better. Let us start with the first concept, performance ratio. Alright. The formula for performance ratio is standard hours divided by actual hours. Let us speak about the same chicken biryani example. Normally, chicken biryani can be made in 100 hours. But my company made this chicken biryani in 200 hours. So my performance is turning out to be only how much percentage? Only 50 percentage. Is that good or bad? This is bad. Second one is called as availability ratio. In my company, I have actually worked divided by available hours. In my company, I have actually worked for 200 hours, but there was around 300 or there was around 400 hours available. So half the time my employees are sitting idle. That is called as availability ratio. 50% is good or bad? Bad. Last ratio is called as what? Quality ratio. Here what is the formula? Good units divided by total units. I have produced in 200 hours, 500 units are the total units that was required. I produced. Out of them, 250 units are only good units. Remaining 250 are bad units. Again, you get the answer as how much? 50%. Good or bad? Bad. So now your OEE will be 50% into 50% into 50%. So do you get the answer as 12.5 percentage? This is a very, very bad OEE. As per this textbook, OEE should be at least 85 percentage. Are you clear with this part now? I'll give you some time. Can you read through this OEE now? Exam point of view, a very good scoring area. All right. Fine, friends. So I believe we are done with OEE also. All right. Cellular manufacturing already we learned. Next one beautiful concept is called as Six Sigma. Friends, I don't have time right now, but there is a beautiful video on Six Sigma in YouTube, which is called as the Mumbai Dabbawalas. I will quickly take that video, put it in the app. So when you are free later, watch that video. That video will actually tell you what exactly is Six Sigma. Mumbai Dabbawalas are people in Mumbai who deliver food. And do you know that they deliver food better than the Swiggy Zomato app? Without any app, nothing. They only use some form of a particular delivery system, a coding system that they use, in which they have got amazing delivery. Every 10 lakh lunch boxes they deliver, the defects maximum that they make is 4 tiffin boxes. That means out of 10 lakh, 9 lakh 99,996 dabbas they deliver on time. They are performing better than the Six Sigma standard. I just take SCMPE success series, go to the videos, add a new video. Yes, I'll take the name of this video as Six Sigma. Okay, add video. That video has been added over here for your convenience. Alright, so whenever you are free, just go and watch this video. As per the Six Sigma concept, they say that 3.4 defects per 1 million production. That is Six Sigma. Amazing quality, friends. And there are very, very few companies who qualify for Six Sigma. Infosys is one of the companies certified as Six Sigma. Normally, IT companies, they have a 60% completion ratio. That means if they have 100 projects, they complete 60 projects on time. Infosys completes 91 projects on time. The remaining 9 projects what they don't provide, in that one of the failure projects was GST portal. They took a lot of time to get it done, and even income tax portal. Apart from that, all the other projects they have done it decently well. Okay. Under Six Sigma, you are having two subdivisions. One is called as Dhammaik, other one is called as Dhamma. Dhammaik means these are the 5 steps to be followed, and Six Sigma will come in the exam as a case study, friends. All right. So this is a case study driven area. Whenever you go and crack a case study, you have to go by 4 steps. Step number 1 is called as facts of the case. Here you will copy down the basic data. Part number 2 is what we call it as theory. Here you will write down the theory of Dhammaik, or you will write down the theory of Dhamma. Point number 3 is called as application of theory or analysis. Here what you will do, you will apply the whole theory in the case study, and finally in step number 4, you will go and you will provide a conclusion. Everyone clear? Dhammaik means define the problem. Whatever problem you have, define it, measure the problem, analyze the problem, improve the problem, and control the problem. Dhamma says define the problem, measure the problem, analyze the problem, design a new product altogether, and verify the new design. So Dhammaik, you correct the earlier mistakes. Dhamma you come into a completely new profile altogether. All right. So if you talk about banking sector, old banks, SBI, etc., compare with new banks like HDFC, etc., they define the customer satisfaction, measure whether customer is satisfied, analyze the data, improve the data, and control this using regular audits. All right. Then they have a case study in your books. Derby Gray, they are manufacturing leather bags. Now they are having 2 divisions, blah blah blah. They were facing the problems. Lot of customers were coming back and telling that the bags are defective. So they tracked the data. Out of the 100% customers, 47% people say they are finding it difficult to assemble the bag. 24% says bags are not as they demanded. 19% says poor quality. 9% says damage. 1% says arrive late. So tell me, what is the first area in which they are supposed to work on? The first area is this one. So define, measure, then they do analyze, and then finally they close it. I believe you are all clear with this part. Yes, Vijay, the case study is taken by IIM syllabus also. Next, and I think the final topic to be covered over here is now BPR and process innovation. I will explain the logic of that also to all of you. First, we will start with BPR. Friends, Ford Motors is a classic example of BPR. Do you know earlier, I am talking about 1920s, etc. I will show you how cars are made. I'll take a YouTube video to show you that. This was how originally the car used to be manufactured. Look at this video, you will understand. See, they'll bring a car, people will stand and they'll fix the car. Alright? Like that, everybody will stand, 8 to 10 people will stand near one machine, and they used to produce this machine and they used to close it. Alright? See. And then the car used to be delivered. The problem with this one particular thing was, now let us say we are making car. I will draw a picture and show you. Car 1, car 2, car 3, etc. You will have a team of 5 people. All these fellows will go to car 1, then they will go to car 2, then they will go to car 3 and so on. By doing so, in one day, they were able to produce only 12 cars. That is when Henry Ford went to a burger shop to eat a burger. When he went to the burger shop, he saw something called as a moving assembly. I'll tell you what a moving assembly means. A moving assembly is something like this. Or I'll just show you. I'll show you over here. He saw burgers in moving assembly. This is a video that he saw, or this was a process that he saw, and that became a big transformation. Wait, I think I'm searching in the wrong place. Moving assembly lines in McDonald's. Let us keep McDonald's here. I think McDonald's is using that. No, I think this is not that. Okay, burger manufacturing process. I think this will show you that. I think it will come somewhere over here. Let me just double check that, friends. Just give me a moment. Reminds you of old Charlie Chaplin movies, Jaydev. Well, yes. Let me just see. Yeah, this thing. Can you see how this whole thing is moving? You can see the sausages are moving. People are standing. People are not moving. Only what is moving? The machine is moving. So what they do is the machine keeps on moving. People will stand over there and they will take, one fellow will keep the bun, other fellow will do what? He'll keep the sausages, third fellow will keep the cutlet or whatever required, fourth fellow will put the cheese, and they will finally make a burger and they will close it. The moment they saw this one particular process, what this Henry Ford did was he made a moving assembly for car. Now people stand, people don't move around, all right, and the car will be kept over here. Assume this is a car, friends. Car will move around and people will keep on making. By doing so, earlier they were able to do only 12 burger, so not burger, friends, sorry, 12 car per day. Now they are able to do 90 car per day. So I'll just show you Ford assembly, moving assembly line. Ford moving assembly line. This is the latest one, how they are making machine. And this is amazing, friends. The transformation technology, earlier it was like this. See, now they are having a advanced moving assembly line. See, now they will stand. Look, the car will automatically move and they will start making. And they have started producing so much more. If you produce more, you can sell more. And that is exactly how Ford became one of the top car manufacturing companies in the world. So what they did over here is called as BPR. There was fundamental rethinking. They have changed the entire base. Okay, entire process change. That is, BPR also worked in case of mobile phones. Earlier, there were mobile phones like Nokia. All right. Later on, Android came. BPR, they changed the whole base. This was a button-driven phones. This worked on what? It worked on touch screen. So entire process suddenly changed over there. Fundamental rethinking, radical redesign, change in the major process. At least there should be a 90% dramatic improvements or change which happens. Only then you can call something as a BPR. I hope you are clear with that part, friends. Now when you talk about BPR and PI, BPR is something what we do for existing products, whereas PI is done for new products. So when a new product comes in, a new bike is being innovated, for example, Nano. Tata Nano was an example of PI. They did full research and then they launched Nano. So here they will try researching so that wastage is minimum. Wastage is minimum. Here you change the existing process. Is everybody clear with this part now, friends? That is what you call it as BPR and process. So BPR has got 4 points: fundamental rethinking, radical redesign, dramatic improvement. 70% improvement is enough, friend. 90 is not required. Re-engineering focus from end to end. All right. So there are 4 steps: identify the process, rationalize the process, design the process, and reassemble the process. Then they have given multiple case studies, friends. Ford Motors, what they did was, earlier, this is also another very interesting case study of Ford Motors. What Ford actually did was, normally, friends, how do you receive a payable? there will be a customer. Sorry, there will be a supplier. Supplier will do what? He will issue bill, and what will the accountant do? Accountant will check bill with PO plus GRN, and after checking all these things, he will release the payment. What Ford did was, Ford came and brought a dramatic change. They, for the first time, a company told supplier, don't issue bill. So no bill checking, no PO, they have the GRN, and the GRN is automated. PO will be automated. Based on GRN, they will make payment. So friends, by doing so, earlier they were having around 500 staff over here. Because of this BPR, the staff came down to around 100, 75% reduction. Huge savings in accounting cost, friends, and the result was the same. No problem in the company. Are you all clear with this part, friends? Same way, if you're talking about a bike, okay, that's a simple another case study which is not very much relevant. So friends, I'm done with the conceptual part of this chapter called as lean system, friends. I hope you're all clear with this part. I will now quickly show you the study material and we'll pack up today's session. Like this, will be live every week, okay? Next week, we'll discuss about strategic analysis. That chapter we will discuss. I'll now quickly tell you, friends, do the concept, theory, and the important questions. Study material questions cover fully. Leave everything else. Take this as a Bible. The textbook should be a Bible. I'll tell you the important questions. Others also you have to do. But the important ones you have to do whatsoever. Okay. Let me take the questions given below. All right. First question is a question on JIT. Mark it as very important question because same question has come in your case study digest also. Question number 1. Question number 2, again another question on just in time, JIT. Good question, must work out. Question 3 is easy. Even if you don't work out, it is okay. But one time you work out, one day before the exam, you don't need to work out this question. It's very, very easy. Hold on, not question number 3. 3 is easy. It's not easy, you have to do it, okay? Sorry, I thought it's a different question. 3 is important. It is also a case study digest question. Mark it as important, you're supposed to do it. That was a different question of decision making. Sorry friends, I made a mistake there. TPM, this question is on OEE. OEE, you have got 3 questions. Work out all the questions, all are easy. Exam, almost similar question comes. Again, another question on OEE. 6 is also a question on OEE. This question may come, may not come. It's a case study. One time reading, you will remember the whole thing. Its crux is very simple. All right. And this is another useless question. Okay. We will solve this problem in class, friends. I will do it on one of the next sessions. We will work out this problem in class. So friends, study material, all questions are important. You don't need to skip anything, but work out all the problems. So once you do this theory and you do this problems, you are done 100% of this chapter of lean system. And as I told you in the previous class, almost 14% to 15% questions marks are coming from this chapter. So by learning this, you actually score that 15% marks. I hope you are clear with this part, friends. I'll pack up my session with this and I'll upload this link of this YouTube class also in my app. So it will be easy for you. In one place, everything will be available. Let me add the study material again. Earlier, due to some net issue, I couldn't. Let's wait and confirm, friends. I hope I can upload it. Otherwise, I'll do it later. Or else, friends, I'll do one more thing. Just visit my website, tarunjagdish.com. It's available there. Okay. Click on notes. Here you do SCMPE theory PPT. If you come over here, here all the PPT, study material theory. Here you see lean systems. It's already available over here. All right, friends. So you can always take it from my website. But if I'm able to add it over here, it will be much easier for you. I will try doing it. It's not happening now. I'll try doing it later. All right. Thank you so much, friends. Have a lovely time ahead. See you next week. Take care. One file is uploaded, is it? So I think it will get uploaded ultimately. Maybe right now it is just a little bit slow. It will come. Okay. Thank you so much, friends. Take care.